Now at Emeritus Newsbrief, I'm Lynn Huston. Two more compelling and important hearings on Capitol Hill. In the Senate Banking Committee, the man nominated as Special Inspector General to oversee the $700 billion bailout says he agrees with Senator Jim Bunning. The bailout is not for buying bank stocks.
Is the intent relative, or is the Secretary free to use the $700 billion as he sees fit?
It is my opinion that the Secretary is not entitled to use the $700 billion as he sees fit without having authorization within the statute.
His statements put him on a collision course with Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson, who says buying bank stock was more effective. The evolving dispute promises to be a subpoena fest. On to the Senate Judiciary Committee, where Senator Dick Durbin presided over a hearing on his own proposal to help homeowners facing both bankruptcy and foreclosure. Durbin wants the bankruptcy law changed to give homeowners the chance to renegotiate their loans, something they can't do now, and also give the bankruptcy judge control over the issue. Advocates love it, the mortgage bankers hate it.
Higher interest rates, higher origination fees, shorter and more expensive loan terms. Future home buyers can expect to see similar treatment if Congress passes cram-down legislation.
And the legislation that Senator Durbin has put in has been carefully crafted not to raise the cost of future mortgages, Mr. Kittle, because it's only aimed at previous mortgages, and I believe he was willing, I don't know if it's in the legislation, to limit it to subprime and maybe Alt-A's. So all the regular mortgages that are issued are not going to be affected by this. So let everyone rise to the occasion. We have a crisis that can be solved by a simple and thoughtful piece of legislation sponsored by Senator Durbin. We have to rise to that occasion. Thank you.
If this legislation goes through, we will be putting a permanent tax on everybody that buys a house going forward of $295 a month, over $3,000 a year. We have a 31-year precedent already set. The last time this bankruptcy went through.
Are you going to present some evidence of what you just said?
Yes, sir.
When?
And regardless.
When will you present this?
Regardless of their race, gender, or income level, this tax will go on them.
Would you respond? When will you present the evidence to back up?
We can get it to you quickly.
Quickly? Didn't bring it with you today?
Well, the numbers are already there. The precedent is already there. When it was changed in 78, it went up 2%.
How did you miss that? $295 a month is going to cost for
because he didn't use the correct calculations.
Well, the correct calculations, I mean, I've come up with this, this really nonsense 150 basis point number, which I'm guessing, but I can't be sure is what is the basis for Mr. Kittle's calculations. It just, it boggles the mind how one can make this argument with a straight face.
The Federal Reserve today lowered interest rates by 0.5% as it offered a weak outlook on the economy. The Fed feels the intensification of financial market turmoil is likely to exert additional restraint on spending and reduce credit for both consumers and businesses. That was not what the Dow wanted to hear. It finished the day down below 8,000. It lost 427.47 to finish at 7997.28. The Nasdaq was down 96.85 to finish at 1386.42. Crude oil was down 57 cents to close at $53.05. You can look for more places offering gas below $2 a gallon by the end of the week. Also on the Emeritus News homepage, health insurers in the U.S. announced their own plan to insure everyone, and AARP appoints the former Vermont Insurance Commissioner to look into complaints about marketing of their own health insurance plans. Emeritus News, the latest on the biggest issues and public policy at emeritusnews.com. That's an Emeritus News Brief. I'm Lynn Huston.